reaching to fight. B is a beast with its animal rights. C was a cripple, now differently able. D is a drug whose liquor enabled. E is an ecologist who saves spotted owls. F was Forrester, now staffing McDonald's. G is glutton who says he's food-centered. H is a hermaphrodite skirting problems of gender. I is an ism, you'd better believe it. J is a jingoist. J is a jingoist. Love it or leave it.
Philosopher Richard Worsley theorized that we do not have a pre-linguistic consciousness to which language needs to be adequate, because our language is the product of random choices made by those who sought to describe the world. Therefore, there is no reason to be bound by language, whether our language is by word choices or purpose. It is time to examine the question the letter Y has been asking all along.
Letters, arbitrary symbols with no inherent meaning. Letters make words, longer symbols with no inherent meaning. Words are like chameleons. Symbols are ambiguous. Sick. Why? Joint use of language creates, shapes, and limits the social world we live in. Why?
The traditional order of letters in an alphabet is, of course, completely arbitrary in spite of its association with excellence in archaic, competitive, literary accessible grading systems. A is no better or more deserving than the letter X, Y, or Z.
Therefore, to deflect any criticism of a noun-centric bias, I employ a random letter generator. Before working on this new alphabet, believe me, I was as surprised. Anyone that, despite the tremendous odds, the random letter generator spelled out the alphabet in order.
U is for umbrage at the slightest transgression. V is for Valentine, tool of oppression. W
What the hell is that? Out of nowhere? A three-syllable letter? What kind of pretentious letter gives itself a title 3 times longer than any other letter, just to give itself some sense of self-importance? What? Only 1 syllable? Ha ha. I'm double you.
Today, I forgot how to read, stay. I forgot how others thought about life and, well, what I think about thoughts about life in general.
Language is the main and only source of meaning, thought, and self. Meaning, the action and objects we assign abstract ideas to. Onomatopoeia, not abstract. Intelligence, ability to symbolically identify what we encounter. Thought, interpretation of symbols, modified by intellectual thought process. There is no thought without language, and there is no language without thought. The self is a function of language. Without talk, there are no words. Without words, there are no letters. So, without letters, there is no self.
And nagging little bastard anyways. Always interrogating.
What are you doing?
We're gonna pick that up.
Where are you going?
When are you gonna take out the trash?
Why?
And that's the worst case right there. W stole the thunder from a word that sounds exactly like another letter. And Y has a hard enough time as it is. She's already at the end of the alphabet, usually regulated to suffix duty, only starting words like yak and yo-yo and Yahtzee. Okay, Y, fads, stupid games, obscure hoofed mammals. So W comes along with its stretched out long ass name and says, back to where you belong, Y.
City streets were new and wonderful. Today, I forgot how to read. I had some words inside still, but I forgot what words were. Today, I forgot how to read. I felt great, free. So free that from other day, for free at least an hour or two as I looked around. Life was what life was then at this time.
W. They call him that because he looks like two U's sitting side by side. Or V's, depending on the font, I guess. Which would be fine if all the other letters were named likewise. But H isn't called double I with a bridge. G isn't called C with a tumor. Q isn't called O with a kickstand. Or O with a squiggle tail.
O is an oppressor, devoid of self-love. P is a patriarchy, see O above. Q is a quip that could cost someone a job.
Q is an pizza snob that has some serious codependency issues. He can't even be seen in public without his personal hanger on you, who's really just an enabler.